I don't know why I crave it. I just crave it so much. We called around trying to get him help. Every place we called, they said, well, we can't help you, or there's a waiting list.
Welcome back. A state of addiction, the war on heroin, our town hall. The surge in heroin use is not unique to New Hampshire.
No, it is not. Vermont is making headway in this battle, and maybe ahead of New Hampshire in terms of education and treatment. Their governor says the difference is they confront what is right in front of them and deal with this as the disease that it is.
Well, we've really done three things that are critical. Number one, build out treatment centers so that everyone can get to treatment. Second, stop throwing folks in jail and instead get them to treatment. Treat it as the disease that it is, as opposed to simply being a crime. And finally, getting rescue kits to everyone that will carry them so that we're not losing people, losing good lives to addiction.
All right, so the question is now, where do we go from here? We've seen the successes, Mr. Wozmak, that Vermont has had. Are we in contact with that state to kind of use them as a template to move forward?
We've been in contact with Vermont and Massachusetts, and both have done, in their response, I'd say they're further ahead of us, primarily, in my view, because there's more government funding.
They have more money than New Hampshire?
They allocate more money in response to the problem. So they have funded a dozen or 13 recovery centers. Massachusetts has done a similar thing. Massachusetts and Vermont have increased funding for treatment, access to treatment. So when you get a Gloucester police chief who wants to intervene and refer somebody for treatment, there's actually treatment available because there is money to pay for it.
So you think priorities need to change in terms of the budget?
Well, I think we need to keep moving in the direction that we moved in. We've made good headway. That the alcohol fund is now twice what it was. It is still, in my view, half what it should be, but that is a positive step. I can only hope that there is more of that to follow, because when I talk to, I've met with 13 providers, treatment providers, encouraging to come to the state or expand in the state, and the first question out of their mouth is, who's going to pay for it? A critical element.
Chief Willard, where do we go from here? A lot of good ideas, a lot of information exchanged. Are we making progress?
I think where we go from here is we have to strip the stigma away from, you know, the disease of heroin addiction. And I've heard it here today, you know, unintendedly, we're calling everyone heroin addicts. But they're actually people suffering from the disease of addiction. Because in order to get politicians to open up their wallets, they have to understand the problem and actually care about it. And a lot of them are so naive to the fact that this is a disease where others feel as though if somebody wants to inject something in their body that could kill them, well, that's their business. And that's not necessarily the case, right? So I think, and I know as a police chief I should be talking about supply and demand and that kind of stuff, but really I want to talk about stigma, because there is a stigma attached to it that until we break through that, we're not going to get the funding that we need to do the things that they're doing in Vermont. It's just not going to happen.
Dr. Combe, give us your final thoughts on all this, the information that we've heard so far, and what you think is important that people need to know.
Well, I'll ride on the Chief's coattail a bit about the stigma, and I know we share about this. It's very significant for everybody to move together to get everybody to look through the same lens at least part of the time. And I know that Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker's their campaign is the new face of addiction. I think Dr. Goodwin made the comment about varsity athletes, and I know that stemmed from a family relative who wound up in a circumstance from a sport injury and an opiate issue. And the New Hampshire Medical Society, our annual conference in Portsmouth, November 6, 7, and 8, is basically the many faces of addiction. And the retrospectoscope turns to the HIV debut in the early 80s, and that's where that many faces came from, where people became quickly stigmatized by zip code, gender, behavior, etc., from insurance actuaries to clinicians to the village. And we know that changed, and it changed quickly. So I think we have to look at it in a similar way and move forward with that.
Holly.
So there are some really great stuff happening in New Hampshire, and I think obviously out of a seriously tragic situation with so many people losing their loved ones, the communities are coming together, and they're speaking out about it, and they're speaking about their own recoveries, and they're talking about solutions, and you'll get there. Like, we will get there as a community. I think the stigma is a huge issue. We don't need to say dirty or clean. We can say in recovery, in remission, right? It's a chronic condition. So we can start to talk about it like the medical condition it is, and you'll see better response. And also, these communities are out there trying to do their best. They're out there. Franklin's got a task force. You know, Dover's got a little community center kind of brewing. There are little pods of recovery really brilliantly doing the best they can in their communities.
We only have a minute to go, but if someone's watching this tonight, suffering from addiction or has a loved one, what do you recommend be the first step?
You got to reach out to somebody to help you see
Tell someone
where you got to go. You got to reach out to somebody that's going to say, hey, I'll get you somewhere. I'll help you for a minute, right? Whatever it takes.
I think it's important to just underscore that nhtreatment.org, if you go on there, put your zip code in within 10 miles, 25 miles, 50 miles, what every person who is suffering from addiction needs is a proper clinical assessment in order to determine the level of care. There are 134 places in New Hampshire to get a proper clinical assessment, but you have to look and you have to take the time. I totaled up that 135 across the state in about 10 minutes on the website.
Okay, and with that information can be found on our website. Manchester Police Department is working on a hotline as well. Thank you all for being here tonight. Certainly do appreciate it. Thanks for the participation. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.